in a big upset. They take down FaZe for the opening match, and they now will face off against Tempo Storm with a chance to go 2-0 on day one here of Overwatch PIT North America Group B play. I'm LD. I am joined here today by a slightly decapitated Jamerson. All right, there we go. How you doing, Jamerson?
I'm doing well. Just, regained my head, I guess, at that point. But there's so much to talk about, unfortunately, as we were getting the players in. We started as soon as we got the last player in. So it is going to be LG.Loyal facing off against Tempo Storm. And we just saw LG.Loyal having a fantastic series against FaZe Clan here. Now it's their doubleheader. They're facing off against Tempo Storm here. Now, Tempo Storm, they've been in a rebuilding period for quite some time now. They recently just had some swaps. If we already see, JKW is going to be picking up that the Lucio role here for the team, while they have added on some more people to their roster. I think You Must Hui and Dream Casper and JKW basically just, or along with Kosi, just the remaining members. They're going to add on Tig and Mini here. It's been very fraught with roster changes on the side of Tempo Storm. I used to work with Seamoose, who was their analyst for about a good 2 months as he was trying to rebuild this team.
So tell me more about his contributions. Did you ever get like his take on the team, where he sees any of the major issues with them, or why they've struggled and been going through so much roster turmoil?
Basically, what I can say is just that the rebuild period took a really long time. They were consistently trying out a new player every 2-3 days. He never really mentioned who he was trying out, keeping his cards close to his vest there, as we do actually have the map starting here, as now we are seeing the dive composition coming out on the side of LG.Loyal, which did work out for them fairly well on King's Row.
Yeah, pretty backwards defensive hold to start things off. They're not trying to hold it archway. They're holding much closer to the actual checkpoint, and now the dive comes in. Focus is on Mini. They bring down the Rhine nice and early. The counterplay comes back with Hui, taking down Super Fluke, but is that going to be enough?
All right, Olba is on the ground right now with that Pharah, trying to get some free damage off, but Dream Casper playing super far back, isn't allowing the divers to try and close any gaps. He almost runs into a pulse bomb, but he's going to stay safe for now. But Spree is right on top of him, cleans him up, and Velen even gets the kill onto JKW. Now they're pushing forward with the man advantage. Diva's going to get demeched, and the Dragon Blade's going to get committed into this.
Yeah, Ube unsheathing the blade. Seemed like it may not have been entirely needed, but it's going to be a clean push forward through the first point. LG.Loyal picking right where they left off on our previous series. They're off to a hot start here against Tempo Storm.
Most definitely that defense looking a little scattered coming out on the side of Tempo Storm right now. And take a look at Olba. What are you doing? He's all the way in their spawn by himself, uses that barrage. He only gets the one kill. Maybe he'll be wanting to switch off. That was just an odd decision coming out from him.
Yeah, pride cometh before the fall, perhaps. No, we are going to see the Widow. Speaking of which, as far as hero swaps go, take onto a hero we don't see much of right now. McCree, the choice for him. Going to be holding the high ground, perhaps looking to deal with Spree. Especially with Ube, some of those squishy but very mobile heroes. He'll get dove by the Winston, though, and his lack of mobility will end up costing him as Super Fluke continues to go to work. Primal Rage, looking for that follow-up kill. We'll be able to find it with Spree actually the one getting most of the last hits. So Winston doing all the work with the zoning. Spree now has a pulse bomb ready. Could drop it on Hui. Hui trying to prevent that, but patient plate. No, it does end up getting flashbang. Brought down. Will they be able to defend though? The cart quickly moving towards the second checkpoint.
They do have all 6 members on the side of the defense, but not anymore if Olba lands the 2 body shots to take out Dream Casper there. And now we do have You Must Hui just caught out by himself. He's going to go ahead and just use that self-destruct to try and catch out anyone, but they are able to kite around that payload as sound barriers come out from both sides. You Must Hui is going to try and jump up top to try and take out Olba. He does go down. That's going to be Mini that takes him out, but Ube immediately demexed You Must Hui once again, and still man advantage in favor until Dream Casper answers back and Mini. So there we go. The defense is going to hold on for now until Spree comes up with the heroics. He lands that pulse bomb, and he's continuing to apply pressure into the backline. Dream Casper just trying to stay alive with the help of JKW on the point, but Super Fluke will finish him off.
Yeah, doing an admirable job stalling, but does end up going down here. Spree finding another kill. Cart going to start moving forward. Here comes the defense back for round number 2. They have a Deadeye. Not the easiest ability to land, but let's see if he even tries. Doesn't seem like it. He's going to back off. Reset. Cart's going to continue to roll. A couple of free additional cleanup kills that Oba Widow swap doing work. Even when he was being dove by the Winston, still found a last-second headshot on Tig. And he's only continued since then. Recon Visor ready. A pick or two here. They could get that high ground position outside the enemy spawn and potentially just push this payload right in, maybe even eclipsing the time that they set on King's Row.
Yeah, I was actually watching Oba for a majority of that time, and even though he was getting dove on by that Winston, he was just calm, cool, collected, just getting the shots off as Dreamcaster gets that kill onto Hidan now, though. And so now it's going to be a 6v5 push coming out from the defense as Oba gets hooked in by Tig. He gets cleaned up. Still 4 minutes left on the clock on the side of LG.Loyal, so they have plenty of time to push this in. This is looking very similar to King's Row at this point.
See a bit of a reset here by the offense. Now Oba bringing out a little bit more reliable DPS. Switch over to the Soldier. With the Diva has proven to be a little more difficult in this more kind of compressed interior space to find easy, safe pickoffs. There's the hook. Nice ambush by Tig. Got to slow things down here as he finds the free kill. And now they look for more. They get the sleep off on Ube. They'll finish him off as well. And it looks like he did commit the blade before going down.
Yeah, he was only able to find 1 kill off of that before he tried to go on the hunt for that Ana, but you always have to be careful of that errant sleep dart, and Tig getting that kill onto Velen is going to continue to force them back. Now they're starting to get staggered and slowed down just a little bit. Yumasui's just going to go ahead and commit Sudoku there to his opponents just so he can get that mech a little bit quicker as he comes in with the respawn.
Tig having some big hooks has stabilized the defense at least for now. But now Super Fluke comes into the fray. There's the hook inside of the Winston shield, but he gets knocked out of it before he can combo for the kill. Winston coming up big will end up going down in turn, but at least keeps Spree alive for the ensuing fight. Now Hidan unleashing the Transcendence, but is it going to matter? Spree still with the Pulse Bomb, almost ready, won't quite get it off though, will end up falling. And now the defense completely stabilized. Could even go for some stagger kills here and eat into a lot of this time bag.
Yeah, nice hook coming out from Tig. Takes out Oba. Are they going to be able to get this Zenyatta? Nah, he's going to back away to make a health pack. Yeah, great stabilization coming out on the side of Tempo Storm here. Yumasui finding a great pick with that self-destruct, even through the Transcendence. Remember, you can't heal through burst, guys. Now they've got 3 ultimates to work with on the defense, as right now it looks like LG.Loyal just struggling a little bit. They're gonna probably go for a dry run here, try and bait out some of the ultimates on the side of Tempo Storm.
Ube sweeping up, trying to bypass that Rein shield, drive some of these heroes off of high ground as they go for a pincer attack. Rein is gonna lead the charge. Super Fluke straight on forward. Now off of the Winston, they go for the triple tank setup. Onto the backline, comes that Genji, not finding a whole heck of a lot to start things off. He might even end up dying. Will sheath the blade and try to get back to safety, but Dream and Casper there to greet him, shut him down. It's a complete flop for the pincer attack. And with these fairly late swaps and some big ultimates left to charge, Grav only at 29%, Earthshatter only at 22%. We might not even see them get their full complement of ults. A minute and a half to go. It's going to be close.
Yeah, I don't know if I completely agree with the Dragon Blade being used by Ube. It was able to get the sound barrier out from JKW, but there's going to be plenty of time here on the defense for him to rebuild it back up. And now it looks like it's going to be another high ground push, but they've been doing such a good job on the side of Tempo Storm of shutting that down. Charge comes out. It does connect onto Super Fluke. He's a little low. Might not be long for this world. It's going to be Midi coming in, get the kill onto Hidan as they're starting to clean up, even taking out Oba. Now the offense have to back out once again. Ube is able to get a kill onto Yumasui, but he's still in the middle of nowhere, but he will be able to make it out.
They still have a Nano Visor, they still have an Earthshatter, they're winning these fights without committing big ultimates, and that's crucial because for this last push, LG.Loyal are going to be somewhat close to an Earthshatter. They will likely have a grab, and to go with it, a Genji Blade, so having ways to deal with those big wombo combos from LG.Loyal could be the difference maker. Again, it's the same stubborn high ground onslaught. Super Fluke dropping down, and he is going to change things up, but that does free up Dream. Casper gets to work from the high ground. He finds 2 with the nano boost with the help of Tig. Is being dealt with somewhat by the Genji, but Ube not able to get the kills he needs. He jumps back onto the payload, now about to be in overtime. Well, it's him against the world, and when he inevitably dies, that might just spell the end of this payload movie.
Yeah, they're finally able to regain their footing here on the defense, and with only 59 meters, basically 60 meters, that's all they were able to get off this second checkpoint push there. Man, Tempo Storm doing a really great job of just reestablishing their defense. they did try to approach it differently on the side of LG.Loyal on that final push. They didn't go for a full man 5-6-man committal onto the high ground. They tried to send, I believe it was Oba who was playing the Roadhog in through lower to try and get the hook on to Dream Casper and get him off the high ground. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for them, as by the time he got himself into position, the team fight was largely over.
Yeah, it was a good stabilization of the defense. They struggled so much at first, but for a while it looked like LG.Loyal was on track to even eclipse that, like, what, 3:15 mark they set against FaZe on offense on Kane's Row. Ends up being about, like, I guess, halfway there, maybe a little bit more towards the third checkpoint. So definitely a mark that Tempo Storm could eclipse, as it will be their turn to take attack. Anything important that you want to point out about Tempo Storm on offense, this particular map, as they will take the reins?
I'm not too familiar with Tempo Storm's playstyle at this point. Like I had mentioned, you know, they've been largely
with the new
rebuilding.
roster.
Yeah. And so right now, I kind of like what they're running. It's a little unorthodox. They've got that triple tank, but instead of a Soldier 76, they're putting Tig onto Genji. If they run with this, it could definitely work out. Dream Casper hinting at possibly? Never mind. Never mind. I don't even know why I try to do analysis on the offense. Why do I even do that?
Yeah, even sometimes on the defense, I've seen players like Troll run back to spawn at the last possible minute, even be late to get to their stations just so they can mess around with the viewers. Sometimes maybe because they don't know what they want to play. But here we go. LG.Loyal, very standard defensive composition. We're not going to see dive from them, just triple tank with the Soldier on the high ground. Oba looking to open things up here. We have seen that Widow on occasion, more so on offense, but not coming out this particular time.
All right, so it's going to be Dream on that Genji. Now he's just trying to get some free shurikens off, and now he's on the hunt for this spree actually on the Zarya. We'll be able to clean that up. That barrier getting taken out immediately, and so already the man advantage in favor of Tempo Storm.
Yeah, Spree was being a little greedy, wanted to use the shields very early to try and farm energy, and Dreamcasper recognizing that, able to dive him, punish him, and pick him off. So, I mean, hey, it's a recipe that's worked for Spree. We saw in Kane's Row, if you let him get that energy back away and then have a fresh barrier coming into the next fight, then he's going to be a real problem. But they kill him off early. They're going to stagger him a bit as he tries to come back to the point. Rejoin Super Fluke. Now they look to restabilize the defense. Good Ana grenade, the biotic grenade. Catch out Dreamcasper. Almost finishes him off. He's turned purple. Will get healed back up, though. This cart close to cruising through, and now the dash will complete the kill on Super Fluke, turning back again for Spree. Really emphasizing shutting that Zarya down, but Spree gets the nano boost. That might be enough to keep him alive a bit longer. Particle barrier about to cool down. He finds multiple kills. Grab already available for Hui. Will Hui get the follow-up he needs with the help of Dreamcasper and his blade slashing away? We'll be able to almost kill off that Lucio. Not quite, though, and even gets gunned down by the Lucio on the retreat.
Yeah, unfortunately, they committed the Graviton Dragon Blade into a 2v5 fight there. While they were able to clean up the two members that were caught in there, the rest were just shooting at them from the back line, just no problem getting free damage off. And we even saw Dreamcasper try to make his way on over, try to get any more resets. Unfortunately, it's a 2v5 fight, guys. It's pretty hard to win.
If they get like the Dream combo, catch everyone in the grab, perhaps, but it's a long shot at best there. So not going to pay off. They will reset. They do have a nano boost to work with to go with that a whole hog, but definitely some tools to negate that. Ube holding his own whole hog already. And here comes the grab. Now the combination gaming. Ube just rolling over them, chewing through the offense, and now finds the mid-air hook. Connects on Dreamcasper, shatters his dreams. And will reestablish defensive control.
Yeah, just showing them the front door to that meat processing plant there, the whole hog, just grinding them all up. And they're going to push up a little bit forward to get one more kill onto Tig. And now with 1 minute and 35 seconds left on the clock, this defense looking really good coming out from LG.Loyal.
And they're starting to feel that confidence, knowing that it might just become a time game. There is a sleep on Super Fluke. Will they have follow-up? He gets off the shatter, connects on multiple heroes, ends up going down, but before he does, he takes two with him. Already all but Hui is dead, and I don't know if he makes it out of here. Tries to scramble back to spawn. Looks like they'll let him go, but they still have a sound barrier for this next fight.
That sleep dart really baited them. The sleep onto Mini, they just pushed past him. Super Fluke did, and that just allowed him to get a free Earth Shadow onto 3 key members of Tempo Storm there. Now they're working on 1 minute left, but they're starting to build up a huge ultimate think now we do have the whole lot coming out along with the sound barriers on both sides. Dream Casper is going to go ahead and pop that Nano Blade. He's onto the back line trying to go after Hedon, but Hedon is kiting perfectly. VLAN even comes in for the boot to get him back, but Dream Casper does get the kill onto Super Fluke now with 2 members down on the side of LG.Loyal. Make that a 3rd and 4th. Looks like they're going to be able to get this first checkpoint.
First checkpoint, still a lot of work left to do. Time is not really great for Tempo Storm. Though, I will say, you know, after a hot start, LG.Loyal definitely slowed down a lot towards the tail end of the map. So, still doable, but they've got to have a quick second phase to this particular map. Dream Casper already assuming control of high ground. We'll see the tanks roll up there. Ube taking some chip damage from the Genji as Casper tries to farm towards his ultimate. Whole Hog is available. They might drop down here momentarily, trying to farm that Zarya energy. Hui, though, already 1 step ahead of Spree, perhaps. He's got the grab. Spree about to get his own. Unleashes it as well. Spree is going to end up dropping, and with that, Hui makes a big play. Should be able to keep this cart moving, at least for now. They're trying to stall on the cart. Will all end up dying, though. And it looks like going to be resetting.
Yeah, they use the grab along with the Earth Shatter for that one, and now they are working towards the Blade along with that Whole Hog once again. And, you know, knowing the supports, they should be able to build up theirs fairly quickly, but Spree has that Graviton at the ready. They've got the high ground, and the payload is in a prime position for them to drop it.
Yeah, they also have the Soldier Visor to work with as well. Casper brought low almost immediately. He could have been the difference maker, perhaps, but not going to be the case any longer. Was way too low to engage with the Blade. His teammates start dying, and he runs as Hui could get staggered pretty heavily here. Trying to make it back, and at the last second, Hedon ends his dreams of escape. We'll kill him off. A cruel and heartless lady, the old Dana.
Everything just went perfectly at that point for the defense when they were coming in. The payload was in the absolute perfect spot for Spree to go ahead and drop that Graviton Surge, as no one on the side of Tempo Storm tried to take the high ground there. Now they are back on. They've got 1 minute and 15 seconds left. Once again, no high ground for them.
Only the Genji to really contest. Super Fluke gonna drop down nice and early. Goes for the charge. Sweet and a miss on that. Meanwhile, the Nano Visor cleaning up regardless. Finds 2. About to be 3. Demecking the Diva. Lucio very dangerously low as well. Some good stagger here. Could make it just one last push. Less than a minute and counting. Tempo Storm. They don't have to complete the map, but they have to get damn far. Yumas Hui is able to get away. Will be healed up. Had he been demeched, it could have really put them in a bind, but looks like they will have one last push. They got to get the cart basically all the way through, but to counter that, Earth Shatter is available. Super Fluke could play the hero.
Most definitely. They are still, once again, controlling the high ground, as we do have, it looks like Tig trying to get the flank, but we've got the Nano Blade coming on now. Dream Casper immediately getting the kill onto VLAN. He's having a difficult time trying to get the resets. He does get one more onto Hedon, and there we go. Finds a 3rd onto Super Fluke. That's the team fight they were looking for. They had all the ultimates in tow, and they're just going to clean up easily, and they should be able to make it in without any contestation coming in on the side of LG.Loyal.
All right, as we approach overtime, they will punch through to the next checkpoint. Minute and a half to go. That's probably 2 pushes, 2 good pushes to work with to win this particular map. But Dream Casper, getting caught out by the hook, is able to deflect, still ends up going down. Nice mid-air shot by Spree, who almost has a grab. He will get Earth Shatter. Mini charging through, is going to end up going down. Ube looking for the Whole Hog pickoffs. If they can stagger here, that could just mean one last push is all the offense has to work with. Going into this last push, Jamerson, a bevy of ultimates at the ready. Grab is up. Whole Hog available. Nano Visor 2, about to get the Earth Shatter even. So the only thing they lack for the defense is a sound barrier. This is going to be an extremely tough push.
Yeah, losing that Earth Shatter on that last fight was not what Tempo Storm wanted, and now Mini has to push forward. He's so far away from his next one, and there's only 45 seconds as the Whole Hog Graviton Surge comes out. Yumas Hui doing his job, though, with that defense matrix, mitigating most of that damage, and now he's going to go ahead and commit that self-destruct. He's not... Actually, never mind. He catches 2 with that. I was not expecting that.
Is that going to be enough? He jumps up onto the high ground, searching for the enemy Ana. Hedon trying to deal with them, just takes out a little chip shot. Nano Visor still available though. Earth Shatter also ready. 20 seconds to go. A wand fight here likely means at best a staggered offense, if not the end of the map. But the payload is almost there. Eyes on Super Fluke. Will he find the charge from behind? Whole Hog trying to do something to help out Mini, but the Earth Shatter mid-charge slams the door on Mini, shuts him down, and cuts him down to size. And with that, a strong cold LG.Loyal is going to take the first map here.
So, Unfortunately, over on the streets phase for Tempo Storm, they just had a really difficult time with the high ground control that LG.Loyal were actually pulling out there. It took them such a long time to actually make it through, while on the reverse, LG.Loyal just kind of plowed through them through the first 2 checkpoints.
All right. Game 1 going to LG.Loyal. They're on a streak here, Jamerson. I think it's fair to say at this point. They've won quite a few today. And with one more map, would be 2-0 on day 1 and in fantastic shape after that win against FaZe especially.
Yeah, I think one of the major issues on this map was that Yuma's Hui, while he was doing a good job of trying to apply some pressure, he wasn't applying pressure in the right areas. Oba was just able to get free shots off consistently, and he just needed to sit on top of him every time he had his tactical visor and just make sure he eats it all up with that defense matrix. Unfortunately, though, there were so many threats coming out on the side of LG.Loyal. Like, you still had to worry about Spree on the ground. His Zarya was just doing so much work. It's hard to try and take apart this team at this point.
So, map 1 in the books now. LG.Loyal going to take it 1-0, and the pool of maps that could come potentially, the Tempo Storm I have to choose from, it's Watchpoint Gibraltar, Ilios, Kings Row, and Eichenwald. So primarily hybrid or payload maps here, and just really Ilios is something to mix it up with the control point map.
Yeah, and they're asking for Kings Row, so they're just going to go ahead and take it to a hybrid style map here. It is one of those staple maps that even when you are, swapping in a new roster, everyone has practice on it. It's basically just vanilla. You know how to play it or you don't. And so we're going to see if they actually decide to go for defense or offense.
Yeah, so Minnie says, can we do Kings Row? And Spree says, I don't know, man. Can you? Just trolling a bit in chat, but of course they do get choice. They also get choice of side. So what does Tempo Storm want to start as here? I guess we'll find out in just a moment.
I mean, possibly you just go for the attack and live up to your namesake, right? Just keep up the tempo and try to get rid of the momentum that LG.Loyal have at this point.
What a polite young man. He's like, could we do Kings Row? Could we attack? Okay, that works. So mannerly. So wonderful, Minnie. What a nice guy. But sometimes you need the killer instinct, Jamerson. Forget about the manners. BM your opponents. Be toxic. Play with some gusto. No, I appreciate the good manners, and we're already headed into it. So second map, here we go. Another trip to Kings Row.
LG.Loyal had a fantastic Kings Row just before this match started. I don't know if Tempo Storm are watching or if they just have some amazing pocket strat to pull out here, but it's going to definitely be an uphill struggle with how LG.Loyal were performing against FaZe.
Yeah, not going to be the easiest map. I mean, they said, I don't know how long it's been since I've seen a better offensive time. Like 3:15 in the bank to complete the map as offense. That's absurd.
Yeah.
So a tough hill to climb just to even, potentially get to fight for a draw, let alone to win the map. But, it's a new map, it's a new day, and oftentimes we have seen a team come out, dominate the first map, and then get shut down on map number 2. So don't rule Tempo Storm out, but definitely looking like the underdogs after the way that first map went.
Yeah, at this point, I think it's going to come largely down to if these are the heroes that are locked in for attack and for defense. It's going to come down to Tig on that Genji to try and shut down Oba from the high ground. We saw when FaZe were playing off against them, it was largely Mikey A on Roadhog that was consistently landing hooks on Oba on the high ground defense there. So we'll see if Tig can channel his inner Mikey A there and try to shut him down. Or maybe even Ube. Excuse me, not Ube. What am I saying? They're on the same team.
All right, Spree on his Zarya again. It has played a very aggressive Zarya. I think I want to say he had like 6 grabs last time on defense, maybe 7. It was a ridiculous amount, and he's gonna try to start things off here with some preliminary chip damage, working towards hopefully a quick one.
All right, so they are going to be sticking with that composition. It's going to be a 2-2-2 on the side of Tempo Storm as Tig jumps on in. He did get some chip damage off with that dash. We've even got the sleep onto Ube here, so no hooks coming out quite yet. But once again, Oba not getting challenged quite yet until Tig finally turns his attention. But it's a little too late as Casper has already fallen to him.
Yeah, the McCree doesn't seem to be working out so hot. Granted, it's a pretty limited sample size, but Casper, a couple of early deaths. He's going to stay on it at least for the time being. Olba already well on his way to the tactical visor, though, playing from long range. Definitely where you want to be against the McCree is Casper starts to hit some shots, begins to work towards that Deadeye, but Nano Visor could be pretty early, something that's in play. Oh, Kazi going to have the first Nano Boost of the game, it looks like. What can they get done with it? Tig, no blade just yet. Looking for that high ground dive. He doesn't have a whole lot of backup, though, as Olba will sprint away. Looks to reset.
Yeah, they did a great push coming up from the side of the offense, but that charge from Super Fluke might have shut it down. It's going to be a 2-for-1 trade as Olba's able to get that kill onto Cozy, but Tig trying to keep this alive. He's in the middle of all four of the defense member. He's going to back away as the high noon comes out from Casper. He gets slept. He was able to get 2 shots off, but I think they were able to break line of sight there. Now the point, they are on it on the side of Tempo Storm. They're going to back away as many falls, though.
Oh, that looked like such a free opening, but with Visor ready, Ryan back on the point with the Shatter. Also the Nano Boost and the Grab soon to come. It's like they got nothing out of the offense, and in fact, this next fight, potentially even harder. They do Nano Boost take, but he gets slept, hit on with the play. Can he finish him off, wakes him up? The Ryan charge is there for the secure. Also drop the Shatter to help win the fight elsewhere. And so with that, they have the Grab, they can reset. LG.Loyal, again, Kane's Row looking like a really good map for them.
Yeah, despite that Nano Blade shutdown coming out from Super Fluke with the Earth Shadow, one of the major things was Dream Casper was largely out of that fight as he was trying to cut off Olba from getting the high ground. And so they just were not fighting with the man advantage as we do have the Nano Boost coming out onto Super Fluke. Mini and Super Fluke both missing their charges, but it's Mini who's way out of position. The whole hog will go ahead and finish him off, and now there's only 2 members left here. Yumasui accidentally commits Sudoku there with his right click as Super Fluke does get put to sleep. But yeah, great hold coming out so far from LG.Loyal.
They're basically at the spawn. Such confidence here on the defense. No swaps as of yet, which pretty much means you're locked into this composition as far as ultimates go. Not going to be able to swap last minute and get in. Now the grab comes out. Genji trying to dash away and over towards safety. Does what he can from the high ground. The counter grab now deployed. Will they be able to clean up? It's into a triple Deadeye pickup. Dream Casper showing how that McCree can work in tandem with Zarya. And with that, they should be able to catch.
Yeah, he just held on to that channel for so long that I think they just thought he might have canceled it there. And they just stopped pulling up the shield. But finally, after about 3 minutes, they are going to go ahead and capture point A.
Nice to see McCree getting some kills. Ends up working out for Casper. Definitely a hero we don't see much of with Soldier. And just kind of feeling like a safer version of McCree in a lot of ways. But Casper makes it work here.
All right, this 2-2-2 composition, it took a little while to get going there, but they have finally started to push this payload forward, but already the defense holding up really close up to that choke point.
No easy cart movement, they say, as Tig jumps in, finds 2 already with the blade, looking for the hog. He'll slice him up. He wants bacon. Is he going to get it? Yes, he will. Tig 3 kills, completely shoving them back. And as for your defense, well, they have a Nano Visor. They do have an Earth Shatter, so maybe can mount another defense before this cart gets to the second checkpoint, but it's going to be a lot of free movement now.
Yeah, I'm definitely okay with them taking that team fight, that lost team fight really early on, instead of trying to allow them to have more ultimates on the side of Tempo Storm. Just go ahead and go for that dry run. And now with your next defense here, as the payload does get pushed forward on street space, they're going to have that tactical visor pushing forward along with that Nano Boost. Olba not quite finding anything yet, as they have kited away around those corners.
LG.Loyal holding strong here on the cart. Gonna reset. Offense light on ultimate, so they commit quite a bit for this initial hold. They close in on the spree grab. Could be the difference maker for sure. And they're going to play fairly aggressively past the payload, not giving up any movement for free.
Great disengage coming out from Tempo Storm on that last push, and now they're coming back in. Once again, they've got that Earth Shatter. Mini gets put to sleep though, and Super Blue comes in. He's able to finish up that kill with the help of Ube, and now Olba pushing forward. It's going to be a 3-for-1 fight as Tig does finally answer on back, but that might not be enough. Dream Casper caught out, and it looks like they're just going to try and stagger him for as long as they can.
What just happened there? Dream Casper had like an AFK moment. He looked like he was just going to die, and then he just runs past the Rhine shield, gets 4 headshots off, finds 2 kills. That did not feel like it should have happened, but stay, the cart's not moving, so I guess they're okay with that in the end. I think Casper just assumed he was dead and didn't want to get staggered, but now the chase comes through. Genji Blade unsheathed again, straight onto the Soldier, trying to shut him down early and gets rid of that critical DPS player. Now, turning back for the Rhine, almost finishing him off, not quite though. Healed up, nice to flex as well. Tig doing work, we'll find another kill, carving that Rhine, a new one, and now swinging back Looking for Spree, who is on the flank, nowhere near a grab, and nowhere near living. He'll drop as well, right at the second point, but not quite there. Can they push through?
Yeah. In the fight before this, they tried their best to try and stagger Dream Casper, but made a huge mistake in allowing him to actually take out both supports before he went down. And so they played into this really disadvantaged point when they were trying to defend here. Now they're starting to push up. They do have that checkpoint, and now they are just going to go ahead and back away and regroup with their team. Oba finding the kill onto JKW, though.
Nice pick. It will slow things down. Offense looking to reset. Dream Casper caught in a compromised position, needs to back away as they aggressively pressure forward. They get the hook on him, but they don't have the follow-up for the kill. Aimbot activated and looking for pickoffs, but the Rhine shield is there and a boosted Zarya, not an easy target to bring down, so they have to retreat to the safety of the payload, but even the payload's not safe. Yumasui just lunging over it, hyper-aggressive movement. Take now diving forward, has another blade to work with soon. He wants to go in, he's looking for heals from the Ana. And now that he's been healed up, may dive in a bit deeper. Look how far in Hui is. He's gonna die at the door of the enemy spawn. But Ube feels like he has to sneak away, live to fight another day. Earth Shatter available 1 minute to go. This is where the defense needs to come up with a big stall.
All right, they do have that high noon once again, but Super Blue coming in with the huge shatter. That's going to be an easy cleanup on the side of LG.Loyal. That's 5 members going down. Yumasui just running back to spawn. He's just going to nope right on out of there.
Yeah, and not overcommitting with ultimates here. They have a grab, they have a whole hog. Really strong combo in its own right. Hui close to a grab of his own, and Take, who's had quite a few big Genji blades. Almost one ready to go. No nano boost this time though, so has to be very patient. Going for the deflect play, now backing out towards safety. Ube getting to work, chewing through this offense, forcing them off the cart. Time now is a factor. They're gonna have to push the rest of the way. Last push incoming. It could be a long one, but there will not be another reset.
They do have the grab blade to work with. Yumasui starting to push forward. Oba getting that kill on so many of those. Gonna dissuade a lot of this? No, they're just gonna go ahead and engage right into it as sound barriers come out on the side of Tempo Storm, and they're just cleaning up. Ting coming in. That was a huge combo.
Easy quad kill for him. Tempo Storm, some backbone here down the stretch as they'll shove the payload, and it looks like all the way in. No, Ube, as quickly as he hops on the cart, goes for the stagger. Reinhardt getting booped off the map, and with Super Pluke going down, it's not looking great for a hold. But hey, at least it's an overtime, so it could be worse for the defense here. They're gonna try. Let's see if they can do it. Still, JKW, Dream Casper standing on the payload, but when you have to stand on it, Ezra McCree, not ideal. Nails the headshots though, finds two crucial pickoffs. Ryan coming back in. Will Super Blue get pooped off again? No, it doesn't look like it. That last moment on the payload, still stalling, but the grenade is going to end Tracer's ambitions of any further stall in overtime, and they will ultimately complete the map.
Yeah, they did complete it there in overtime. They did struggle a little bit, but once they started getting those ultimates working together, that Graviton and the Nano Blade, it was super strong for them. No, actually at the end, I don't think it was a Nano Blade. I think it was just a dry blade there. But now it is going to be LG.Loyal on their attacking side, and they've already had a chance at this map before in their matchup against FaZe. They look really good running that triple dive composition. I believe they completed out the map in 3 minutes 15.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, we'll see if they can repeat that performance here.
All right, let's see if they can keep it up. For now, showing some fun picks on offense that sadly we are not going to see. No Torb for you guys. I hate to disappoint. And at least for now, I guess, Hui not playing the Zarya. He is going to be on a Diva. At least looks like he will be. Tig swapping away from the Genji over onto the Hog. So triple tank for the defense here. Offense, as you mentioned, likely to go dive, but I guess no guarantees, and definitely could be swapped depending on how they feel they're going to match up.
Yeah, we saw Hui struggling just a little bit on Dorado there in that last map. We'll see if he plays it more offensively or defensively. I think he's going to play more defensively and try and keep Dream Casper alive on the Soldier 76, just making sure that projected or the defense matrix is just around him whenever he's getting focused down, as already we are seeing that triple dive composition getting hovered on over by LG.Loyal.
All right, let's see how good Tempo Storm defense is. 4 minutes to go if they want to cleanly hold first point. very tall order on Kane's Row with just how close that offensive spawn is, but never say never. Take looking for that initial pick as the Roadhog will be hiding in Hotel, at least to start things off. And as for our offense, it is going to be the Oba Widow. So we've seen him have big plays before, especially on Ilios and Kane's Row a bit to a lesser extent earlier today. Can he do it again?
Yeah, immediately you see that Super Fluke and Ube are looking for that Soldier 76, but he's in the high ground window there, and he's just getting free damage off. They're going to back away as they are purpled, and they're actually fun to sleep onto Oba. He should be able to survive. Never mind. JKW is able to clean that up. Hook comes out from Tig, but Hedon is the one on that Zenyatta that gets the kill onto Dream Casper. Now immediately they're going to go ahead and push the button, push forward. Mini's the one that's going to go down. The Orb of Discord is doing work so far as Yumas Hui does clean up Super Fluke. We do have Ube in the back line with Spree, but Ube has to be careful. He's going to go ahead and use that deflect to keep himself safe for now. And Spree just in the back line by himself. Now the Dragon Blade does come on out as Ube focuses down JKW. Now he's starting to get the reset. Is onto Yumas Hui here. It's going to be Velen that cleans up that kill. And that's an easy first push coming up from LG.Loyal.
And you say first push, but the first push, whenever LG.Loyal's on offense, doesn't really end. They continue diving, looking for the spawn stagger. They catch JKW on the retreat. Can't finish him off, but they got Mini. Will they go full aggro, though? That remains to be seen. Opa currently not playing the Widow, so they don't have wall hack to work with. Just on the Pharah, swap to this as soon as he died to ensure they would get that first point, but is going for some zoning rockets. JKW going to move out. Pokes a little bit. They don't want to give up the second point for free, so they will try to get back out in the open. Assume the high ground. Dream Casper looking for the Pharah. Decent tracking. Doesn't connect on the Helix rocket, though. So unable to find a kill. And now get jumped by the Winston. Runs into the wall and runs into Certain Doom.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they were doing beforehand, just diving on to the proper targets. Transcendence pop just to make sure they do not lose this team fight in any way. Velen cleaning up Tig, and now all on the payload. They are just going to finish off these final two remaining members of Tempo Storm.
Well, LG.Loyal, they have a lot of time to work with here as the payload freely moving forward. 4.5 minutes to go. On track to potentially eclipse that 3:15 time they set previously, at which point they could be playing for the win in this series. And again, a win here. They're 2-0. They have an excellent shot to advance out of the group stage already with a total of 5 matches to play in the round robin. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Super Fluke gonna come in, diving onto the Reinhardt, who's been gifted with the Discord Orb, such as that gift is. Ube swinging the blade, finding Mini, now dashing out to JKW. Incredible tracking here in an absolute clusterfuck of a fight. Now turning back for Hui. Looks to finish him off. Will do so. Pharah cleaning up in the end, but my god, that was a chaotic mess. But Ube, he never got lost.
Yeah, and that last team fight largely came down to Super Fluke. He actually jumped right on top of Dream Casper, who did have that nano visor, but shooting 1,000 HP Monkey, it's going to be very difficult to try and take him down even with that damage boost coming out. And so a lot of that damage just mitigated by one Primal Rage. That's a great play coming out from him.
Spree has a pulse bomb. Just showing his face for now. Cart still rolling. 4 minutes, 45 seconds, and counting. He gets hooked, though. Does manage to recall out of it back towards safety. Tig thought he had a big opening. Not going to happen. The pulse bomb's there. Spree finds a double, and that's going to open things up.
Yeah, Tig's going to try and disengage with this whole hog, but he's got that Orb of Discord on, and Ube just makes it look easy, taking him out. Yumas Hui does finally answer back, but he's going to get cleaned up soon as Ube does go down to Dream Casper.
Still pushing forward. They have a Transcendence. Ube down, though. Spree diving in. Will get picked off by Dream Casper, as you mentioned. Holding very far back. Has the Tactical Visor ready to go for this next fight. Earth Shatter. Nano Boost online. Tempo Storm. Pretty big combo there. Transcendence could really counter it all, though. No single instance burst damage to easily work its way through Transcendence. It's going to come down to a very big Anna Grenade to counter it. There's the Transcendence. Keeps everyone in fighting shape, at least for now. And Spree finding the opening together with Super Fluke. That's 2 quick kills. Can they get the Soldier as well? Dream Casper gets the Nano Boost, finds one with a well-timed rocket. Able to make it 4 in the end. Huge picks from the Soldier. Chasing for more. Looking for the stagger. Ube on the way out. Not going to happen. Gets clipped in the feet by Casper. Those were some really well-timed rockets. One of them before he actually saw the Lucio, expecting the aimbot aim assistance to make the difference, and then that one just at the feet of the Genji, so he couldn't deflect it.
Yeah, that time we didn't see anyone actually applying any pressure to Dream Casper. He just had free reign to just get the free damage off, and now they are engaging again. They've got that barrage along with the blade once again. They're going to engage with that sound barrier. Here comes the barrage. It gets largely eaten by Yuma's Hui though, but with that blade, it's going to be Ube that finds the kill onto Tig, and now they're starting to clean up. That's a 2-for-1. Make that a 4-for-2 trade. Now, the majority of Tempo Storm, just Yuma's Hui alive here. He's going to go ahead and use that self-destruct, but it gets eaten up by the barrier of Super Fluke. Now he's trying to focus down Yuma's Hui once again. That Orb of Discord putting in so much work on the side of LG.Loyal. Here comes the Primal Rage, the monkey just batting them around, but a great charge comes out. It is going to keep Super Fluke largely out of the fight. Now he's trying to get onto the back line, but here comes the sound barrier on the side of Tempo Storm.
Dream Casper closing in on an aimbot, could reset. It looked like a great fight, a lot of picks, but they didn't actually get much progress on the cart. They do have to complete the map, still time to work with, but not there just yet. I thought that might be the fight. I do want to mention, by the way, Hedon is just not dying. Like, nobody is able to really get onto him. He's been on fire for probably 4 minutes at this point, if not longer. And with that, they have been able to deal with these tanks fairly effectively, but still, Jamerson, map not over yet. Can they push it through?
It's going to be difficult because once again, Dream Casper is going to have that nano boost, and last time they weren't able to have that Winston and Tracer on the back line there. Now Ube does get that kill on to Mini. This is going to make it very difficult on the whole now that they don't have that 2000 HP shield. They're going to go ahead and push forward with that nano boost though, but the Transcendence comes out from Hedon. It's going to negate a lot of this damage until that Biotic Nade does come out.
Wanted the kill on Super Fluke. It's actually Casper with the aimbot, and eventually the personal aimbot of just individual skill kicks in. He will drill the Winston in the face, kills off the monkey, and it's going to force a reset as Olba gets slept, and this could be a stagger. Spree going to go down. They can wait a while. No, they'll grant him mercy and bring him down pretty quickly. So now maybe 2 fights left, and still a decent distance to go.
Lots of softballs coming off, though. We do see Spree changing on over to Diva. Super Blue has now picked up that Reinhardt, but this might be too little too late. It's going to be very difficult for them to try and build up the ultimates, the huge high-impact ultimates they need, as we already see Mini setting up for this Earth Shatter. Are they going to check this angle? They do actually spot him out. Mini's not going to be able to get that Earth Shatter. He's in back off, but will Super Fluke be able to bait him out?
Spree about to get demexed. Indeed, already has been pulled out of it. Nice block there, Mini attempting the Earth Shatter. Not going to pay off, but does get the Lucio boost. Moving in, carving up the defense a little bit. Oba is going to engage with the aimbot onto Casper, but he gets clipped by Hui, just barely unable to body block that and survive. And that means Casper will be healed up, resets the fight. 25 seconds to go. Tempo Storm looking to push this to a map number 3 and make Group B very interesting.
The only ultimates they're going to be able to work with in this next team fight, it looks like it's going to be the Whole Hog and the Earth Shatter. Mini wasn't able to connect his dual. Super Fluke be able to get a different kind of results here, as once again, Dream Casper, he's got that Nano Visor at the ready. It's going to come down to Spree just to try and shut that down, but it's going to be pretty difficult. Tig getting that Pulse Bomb off on Super Fluke. Dream Casper with that Nano Visor, already 2 kills. He's pushing forward. He's way behind them. It's in overtime, and they're going to clean it up, and it's going to be Tempo Storm tying it up 1-1.
Nice job holding there, and it is time for map number 3. Good showing by Tempo Storm. With how difficult it was for them to complete the map, I thought it might not be enough, but Kane's Row, not the easiest map to finish. Defense does have a pretty solid spawn, and they just never really won that like overwhelming team fight, you know, where you get 5-6 kills, free movement on the cart. They got 3-4 kills, but still the stall took way too long. Here's Respawn, and they came back, and oh, this guy, he certainly had some big plays to keep them in fighting shape.
Yeah, the switch off to Spree going to Diva came way too late there. I believe it came out around 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining, but Dream Casper was already a huge threat at that point. I think that was his 3rd or 4th Nano Visor once they had actually reached that portion of the map. And so LG.Loyal, they looked strong initially, but they just really faltered once they got to the Foundry.
All right, map number 3. What is it going to be? We have Watchpoint Gibraltar, Ilios, and Eichenwald. And it's already been decided. Ilios is the choice by Spree here. All right.
Okay. And so I believe this is where LG.Loyal started off the day, right? With Ilios. And now they're going to finish off the day with Ilios.
Yeah, had a good showing on Ilios. Took down FaZe there, which was an essential win to take the series. So we'll see if they can repeat it. I mean, the big thing for me on Ilios was they got a lot out of Olba on the Widowmaker. And that's not it. I mean, that's a hero you do see on this map, but it's not always a hero that you see have that kind of impact. So I'm wondering if he's going to go to it again, especially on Ruins, and if they'll be able to punish him for it.
But it was also Ube largely winning the aerial battles against Shadowburn in that initial match. As it looks like we've already got the ready ups coming out on the side of Temple Storm. Now we're just waiting on LG.Loyal, and we'll get this third and final map underway.
All right, predictions, Jamerson. Who do you think it's going to be?
I think now that LG.Loyal remember that Dream can be a huge threat and they play properly around it, LG.Loyal take this map. Okay. I'm still going to give it maybe 3-2. Tempo Storm is a really scrappy team.
All right, let's see if they can scrap this time around. I would love to see some Zarya as well, but with Spree having such a great performance on King's Row, who we also doing pretty well in his own right, but we haven't seen too much of it on this particular map, so I guess time will tell. We enter lovely Greece. Ilios is our destination, and we will start off on Ruin, so keep your eyes out for a potential Widowmaker. For now, Olba showing the Hanzo. I don't think we're going to see that, but guess you never know for sure.
Hey, it's a different kind of sniper. I don't see why not, but it's probably going to be Widowmaker if anything else at this point, as it looks like both teams might be committing to a dive-heavy composition. On the side of Tempo Storm, they've got the Tracer, Winston, Genji, along with Yumastui on that Diva. On the side of LG.Loyal, though, only 3 divers so far, but Olba can always switch off. So, it looks like both teams just want to dictate the pace of this game and just carry on the momentum, especially on the side of Tempo Storm, being able to hold them there on the boundary portion of King's Row.
They're going to stick with this Hidan Zenyatta, which has been instrumental in a lot of cases, and there is the Widow swap. So Olba going to be starting off on one of Widow's best maps, I would say. Just so many good long sightlines to work with, lots of high ground areas, but against dive, it's not always the easiest. Really get those early entry frags. We're about to find out.
There are 3 people on the side of Tempo Storm just waiting for him to peek out his head, and they're just going to dive right on top of them. Super Pluke has to back off. He is brought down just a little bit low. Olba does show his hand, getting those shots off, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Mini goes down for Hidan, but there we go. Tig is able to get into the back line. These Genji starting to put in work, but it's Super Fluke on the side of LG.Loyal, just starting to get all this chip damage off and taking out the squishies. Kosi goes down. Yumastui does answer back, but it's not going to be enough. He's fighting a 3v2 on the point. He should go down to Spree, and now Tig has to be careful. He's not actually able to contest.
Ends up likely dying here late. Are they going to let him go? Looks like they might. So avoids the stagger disaster. Does get the kill on Spree. And we'll be able to reset. I was really hoping for an anime battle, but both Genjis just backed away. Went for the easier lower hanging fruit pickoff, so not going to happen this time.
There we go. Super Pluke immediately making it even. We do have the Dragon Blade coming out from Ube, but once again getting put to sleep as they do just finish him off. It's going to be JKW, but now the Primal Rage comes out from Super Pluke, and during the meantime, Spree and Olba in the back line just getting free kills there as Super Pluke picks up a third, and that's going to be a great team fight. They've already got 35% on the board.
As far as ultimates go, Dreamcasper, Pulse Bomb about to be ready. But tough to find a good stick when Widowmaker is Recon Visor. Still Olba not activating it. He's been pretty patient with this. You see different styles of play with Widow. Like some Widows will just pop this on cooldown anytime there's any sort of fight, but Olba is going to save it until he feels like the defense is likely to push in. And what do you know? He immediately spots the Tracer, trying to find a Pulse Bomb. Doesn't quite connect on the headshot yet, but you keep tabs on him, forcing him to play very defensively. And hey, even if they don't get a kill with this Recon Visor, that's a lot of time towards the cap.
Nanoblade at the ready. It's going to be Tig pushing forward with it, though he doesn't get quite the dash he's looking for. He's on the hunt for Hidan. Will finally be able to clean him up, but that's only going to be 1 kill with the 2 ultimates committed. Spree getting double is going to answer right on back, and now they are staying competitive as Super Pluke is able to clean up Tig there. Olba finding a nice shot onto Midi. That's a great hitbox for him to get into, and now Yumastui is trying to answer back, but this point's still getting contested. It's almost at 90%. He's just going to get staggered. I don't know if they're going to have another opportunity to defend.
That was just really nice by Olba. He ends up just playing so passively. Genji gets slept, goes down, never, and ends up getting the Zen, but never really contests the Widow, who comes back into the fight late. As I say that, I jinx him, he gets pooped off the map, but still, good showing by the Widow, gets it to overtime. They may end up losing the point now. It's going to be up to Ube to make things turn the other direction. Has the blade available, still holding strong on the point for the time being, but low. Needs to get this Mega Pack, or at least be healed back up. He will continue to juke it out on the point as they find a few kills. They are able to DMAC Hui, and with that, looks like first point here on Ilios is going to be a clean 100-0 sweep for LG.Loyal.
Yeah, despite having that quad dive composition and 3 particular heroes that are able to jump onto onto that Widowmaker, they just weren't applying the proper amount of pressure onto him. He's getting free damage shots off, peppering them left and right with body shots that allowed Spree and Ube just to come in along with Super Pluke to get free kills at that point. And so we're seeing a swap off coming out from Yuma's Tui. It looks like he is going to be going for that Pharah, but Ube will make the same transition, with Hidan being his Mercy.
Does not have a Zen Orb, does not have a Mercy, and as I say that, Cozy is going to be his Mercy. So Pharah Mercy Wars, let's go. Hopefully these guys can deliver the same kind of hype Ilios showdowns that we got to see in Group A. There were some crazy matchups between Hydration and Jake, amongst others, to really give us some compelling Overwatch. We even got to see DeFrance Pharah come out and beat a Pharah Mercy without a Mercy backup, so time will tell if that's going to happen. Ube, though, is going to strike first here. Ends up getting the kill on the Lucio.
Yeah, but Mini does trade on back, taking out Oba, and now things are turning in favor of Tempo Storm as Velon does go down. Super Fluke tries to jump into the back, but he has no real targets for him to go after. Now the pharmacy battle's in the air. Yuma's Hui comes out on top, taking out Ube, and Dream Casper will clean up 2 more. So now it's going to start on a different note here on Well. It's going to be Tempo Storm taking the point first.
Hui got a crucial save there. Mini just jumped in and took a rocket to the body. I think it might have been a double direct hit, which would have killed him. Instead, he gets healed up by Mercy. He lives, ends up winning the fight. So, Winston to the rescue. What a nice guy, except when he's in Primal Rage. Hui now jumping up into the air again, looking for Ube. Finds one direct hit, doesn't get the second though. The Pharah Wars continue to rage.
But in the meantime, Casper is the threat on the ground that you really do have to worry about. Ube only able to trade for 1 so far, but Casper finally getting cleaned up by Spree. That's going to even it up. Yuma's Hui lands a nice battle, a body shot. Super Fluke was able to actually get the barrier out there to block out some of the damage. As the res does come in, it's going to reset that fight. Hidan just 1% away from having his. Ube is going to go ahead and commit that rocket barrage. He gets 1 kill, does get cleaned up, but that's still a 3-for-1 trade. Yuma's Hui tries to answer in kind, but Hidan doesn't even have to use his rest right for that fight.
Cozy now working back towards the res. Hidan is holding his in reserve for this upcoming fight. They've got a lot of work to do though. Already down 56%. Great tracking by Spree though. Instantly gunning down Dream Casper from 100 to 0. So that is going to stagger this offense. Give them some free percentage points to work with, unless Tempo Storm want to play at a disadvantage. Nice way to open up their hold on the point.
All right, so 56% for Tempo Storm as they are approaching in from the left side. As there we go, Yuma's Hui is now in the fray. He is getting peppered in, but it's going to be Oba that is able to land that Helix Rocket onto Dream Casper. Now it's a 1-for-1 trade as Mini is going to go ahead and pop that Primal Rage. Isn't able to knock off anyone quite yet. He's trying to focus down Super Fluke there, but Yuma's Hui once again winning the aerial battle against Ube. We're going to go ahead and see the
that was
coming
sick.
out, but Ube gets cleaned up by Yuma's Hui once again.
Those mid-air swings, nice connection, finds another kill. Just moving himself across the well to remain as elusive as possible, turns back and will finish off Super Fluke. With that, now an even game. Tempo Storm trying to fully regain control of this point. Just some stalling tactics from Tracer will finally go down. Should be able to recapture, and now pulling into the lead momentarily. Going into the next fight, Cozy will have the res advantage to counter that. Perhaps could be this Lucio ult from VLAN. He's trying to speed push the team back to the point. Their only real offensive opening, though, is going to have to be a Spree Sticky Bomb. He's close to it, but that's really all they've got. And, well, as I say that, okay, Spree, if you just don't miss any of your Tracer bullets, that will work too. Unloads 1 set of clip, and we'll get the kill. Now the Pharah ultimate, going to be denied here. Ube holding his own, about to get it up, but there's the res. Round 2. Let's go.
Yeah, huge res coming out from Cozy there, is immediately able to respawn everyone as Spree does get that kill onto JKW, but they're fighting an uphill battle here as it is only Spree. He's going to get cleaned up by Mini. He even commits the pulse bomb to that 94, 95% as the sound barrier does come out. Velan is able to just squeak onto the point, but Yumasui is going to be able to clean him up. Tig even getting the kill onto Oba. That's going to be Tempo Storm tying it up 1-1 here on Ilios.
All right, not making it easy for LG.Loyal. What looked like it could be a one-sided series quickly becoming a real slugfest down the stretch. Time for stage 3, guaranteed at least 4, with a chance for 5 in this particular map. Again, LG.Loyal playing for the 2-0 start. Tempo Storm just trying to get their first win of the group stage on the board. But it's not going to be easy. They've got to take 2 out of these next 3.
Yeah. Now, we're going to see any swap offs. It looks like Ube is going to be going on to Genji this time as Oba picks up the Pharah instead. And like I had mentioned, Genjis can deal perfectly well with the Pharah, especially on a map like Lighthouse here where there is some verticality. They can get a little bit higher up before they try to go for those dashes and the right clicks. And so we're going to be looking to Ube to try and deal with this Pharah just a little bit, give a little bit more support on over to Oba.
Hui with the extreme high ground, now going for a fairly deep dive, but wants to keep tabs on his counterpart. Oba, who strikes first, gets the Dreamcasper kill, now looking for the enemy Pharah midair. Hui going back up to the skies. Hui will turn things around, finds the direct hit midair, brings down the enemy Pharah, and now looks for the monkey. Will blast him away too. Hui really heating up down the stretch. Showed some great tank play earlier, now showing some fantastic Pharah. Inside the Lighthouse, he will go, gets another kill with the help of JKW, manages to grab the mini pack, will stabilize and cap the points. Tempo Storm now off to the early lead as they have control.
Just a little confused there. Hui was just on top of 3 members and no one was turning around to try and deal with him at all at the latter end of that team fight. Now Super Fluke does jump on in, try to focus down Tig, but he does have Posey in tow to keep him healed up as Ube tries to jump on top of Mini there. It's going to be Dreamcasper coming in with a double kill on that Tracer. It looks like the ground war is just being largely won by Tempo Storm at this point.
Yeah, not only is Dreamcasper finding those kills, but Tig already has a blade to work with. They might pursue. Potentially could see the blade coming out here. Tracer, not the easiest target to guarantee a kill on as long as she's aware of your presence, but they do force Spree back, 37% and counting. Simultaneously Ube with a blade of his own. Both teams have a res, so this could be a real crazy fight.
Tig starting it off, though, getting that kill onto Hedon is huge, so the Resurrection already out of the equation. We do have the Primal Rage getting popped by Super Fluke on the point. It's a 2-for-1 trade, but he is evening it out as he is trying to bat them away, but there is the res coming in from Cozy. Immediately they're able to answer back, but Spree, 2-man pulse bomb, just basically nullifies that Resurrection.
Yeah, Spree with the plays, and they get the job done without Hedon, who actually died before the Resurrect, so they recapture the point. Now coming in for round number 2, Dreamcasper has a pulse bomb of his own, Mini, Primal Rage at the ready. X Factor though, could be Oba, such a good map to ambush teams with the Pharah. Rocket Barrage available, and now just some chip damage to start. But I gotta say, Hui has just been on fire with these mid-air direct hits against the enemy Pharah. Does it again against Oba. Will he get the second shot? Not happening just yet. Now has to deal with the beat, so wants to stay back and wait for this to wear off. Oba pushing in more aggressively, trying to punish that Lucio isolated, pick him up, but he's getting gunned down from behind. It's Hui who just never stopped chasing. Relentless aggression from the Pharah. We'll find another kill. Pharmacy off the menu. It's closed for the night. And now, can they look to recapture the point? That's the question.
Ube just keeping this alive so far, contesting at the point as Valon gets the kill onto Kosi. So now things turning in favor of LG.Loyal. It's at 51%. They're about to tie it up in percentages so far as the Primal Rage comes out once again. Here comes the barrage from Oba. There's no one to try and stop him. He only gets the kill onto Mini, but damage done. They're going to force them back as Zuma's Hui is just going to go ahead and respawn with his team.
All right, Hui a little staggered, but we'll be rejoining them. So now the point in LG.Loyal control. Time for probably 2 fights here before they'll have to recapture or else enter overtime. And a crucial map, you win this one, you go up 2-1, you have your opponent on match point the rest of the way, and a bit more of a relaxed psychological position. We'll see Hedal though getting or Hidan getting caught out, I should say, ends up being finished up again. Hui just able to punish this enemy pharmacy. Just pretty one-sided battle thus far. Ube looking to answer back though. What can he get done here? Roasted by the Winston, even brought down with the help of the Tracer. He'll end up falling. And now Hui onto the point. Can they recap? They're close. Has the barrage, has to worry about that Winston shield and doesn't want to waste it. But they recap and they do so with the res, with the pulse bomb, with the Genji blade. Lots of tools in their arsenal to continue to hold this point.
Yeah, Ube committing that Dragon Blade at the end could be a huge mistake on the side of LG.Loyal. As for this final possible team fight coming out from Tempo Storm, they've got 4 ultimates to work with, and now things are looking real bad for LG.Loyal.
Casper has the pulse, looking for that pickoff, but they do lose Tig very early in the fight. Ube able to catch him out. Hui though, with the Rocket Barrage, finds Olba. That's it for now, but taking the enemy fair out means you're free to do whatever you want. He wants that Mercy, and he's going to get him too. He then didn't manage to find the res, and at 96%, they won't have time to reset, so it's not looking great down the stretch here. LG.Loyal jumped out to the early 1-0 advantage, but now may be finding themselves, and indeed will be finding themselves at match point, I imagine. Another mid-air takedown. Hui completely outmatching Olba as well as Ube. Just nobody seems to be able to deal with him on the Pharaoh.
Yeah. And it largely came down to the last 3 team fights where Hidan continually was just getting focused down at the beginning, the onset of these team fights. And so they're already fighting at 6v5, but getting that resurrect out of the equation, just nullifying it completely, has been huge for them so far. And now Tempo Storm about to upset LG.Loyal here, who were able to beat FaZe earlier on today with a 2-1 victory. So things just going back and forth. This is an emotional roller coaster.
All right, can they close it out? Tempo Storm with the match in their hands. Just need one more stage here on Ilios. Back to well we go. There is a switch up though. They feel like they're just not able to deal with Hui, so in addition to running the Pharah, they are going to bust out the Winston Diva duo. Olba over to that off-tank roll.
All right, nice little thing that the tanks can do, just jump on top of Hui, let him land some shots, but close range, so he does some collateral damage to himself. That's a strat, right? But now we do see the Pharah, and it looks like Hui already coming out on top, landing it direct onto Ube.
Yeah, will he get the follow-up? He just needs to. No, it's Ube finally able to shut Hui down. It hasn't been easy. Meanwhile, though, they might have a Genji problem, a Tracer problem to worry about. Both of those mobile DPS heroes finding a couple of kills. Good mid-air deflect. Will he get the second? Not going to happen. Gets torched from behind by Super Pluke. So the point will go the way of LG.Loyal as they try their best to battle back.
Yeah, remember, this is match point. It is currently tied up 1-1 in maps in this best of 3 series. So at any point, Tempo Storm could just win this game. But now we do have LG.Loyal currently in the driver's seat. They've got 15% on the board. It's continuing to tick up. But on the side of Tempo Storm, they've actually got that pulse bomb almost at the ready on the side of Dream Casper. We'll see if he can do anything with it as Tig gets the first kill onto Spree.
Casper, Casper still has the pulse bomb available. I kept on trying to go to Spree there and get confused. Pulse bomb ready, probably not going to have to blow it here. Able to just gun the Winston down. Now can chase forward, potentially look for follow-up kills. So they get the point back relatively quickly, and with a lot of DPS ults at the ready. But here comes the Olba switch. He's over, or thinking about the Widow. Nah, over to the Hog instead.
I think they're feeling the pressure of Tig and Dream at this point, and they just want to be able to have that one-shot ability. But we'll see if he can actually land with these hooks. Right now, Hui once again aerial superiority with the help of Dream Casper, cleaning up Super Pluke. That's a double kill for him, and everything just going in favor of Tempo Storm at this point.
Yeah, pushing very rapidly. LG.Loyal back to their spawn. They can maybe stagger Hidan. Indeed, they will. Nice pick off there. Can even lay in some extra rocket harass towards the spawn. Though Hui does already have his barrage at the ready. Mini just keeping his eyes on that defense, or not on the defense, on that LG.Loyal squad as they move out again. Ube still sticking on the Pharah, but doesn't have the Mercy backup. A tall order for him to win this battle. Can he pull it off? Not going to be easy. Tig getting to work, has the blade, trying to find kills here. Not getting any though, as in fact it's a res. Round number 2, here we go. Hui goes for the barrage, he gets brought down. Spree jumping across the well, knifing his way back and forth across the point. Once the Mercy will bring Cozy down post-res, and Ube, with the barrage of his own, able to answer back.
Yeah, only 68% on the board now. They're just 32 away from securing this, but the nice team fight. LG.Loyal will keep it alive for now. Dream Casper working towards another pulse bomb though, and JKW has that sound barrier at the ready now. And so this is still a really good team fight for Tempo Storm to come back into it.
Tracer duels here. Inside, will they find any kills? Nothing doing just yet. Casper has a sticky. Is he gonna isolate a hero and be able to pick them off? The boop is there, but just dashing right back in. Finds the kill. Now looking for the Winston. Pulse bomb, still hanging onto it very patiently, as they have not yet retake. Spree doing an admirable job at stalling, recalling back, juking around. Can touch the point maybe one more time, but Take will slice him up, and that will end any ambitions of holding the point. We're going the distance here, it looks like, on stage number 4.
Yeah, once again, both Tracers, they have their pulse bombs at the ready, but Tig is the follow-up. He's got that Dragon Blade at the ready. And so things are looking real good as Tempo Storm just want to close out this series 3-1. As Super Fluke does jump up onto Tig, but he's able to kite away with that dash. Now he's trying to get into the back line, try to chase after Spree, but once again, the aerial battle, some direct's gonna get landed. Super Fluke gets cleaned up, or is gonna clean up Cozy there. Now 2 kills going in favor of LG.Loyal as Oba finds another, taking out Mini and the mid-air direct rocket coming out from Ube. They're gonna be able to fight this back as it is in overtime right now.
In overtime, they will recap, and coming down to the wire, they are going to have an Ana boost available. Spree sitting on a pulse bomb, and a rocket barrage not too far off. The X Factor likely to be Cozy as they look for the recapture. Only about 5% left. They got to get on here soon. He's got to resurrect, though. This could really turn the tide.
Now it's going to be Ube that's the recipient of that nano boost as Oba finds that first kill onto JKW. Midi does answer right on back, so support for support, but the main factor here is going to be Cozy. Will he be able to land that res? It's going to be a full team reset here. Now they're fighting a 6v4 as Casper finds the kill onto Oba. And it looks like they might have just done it with the nice sticky bomb there. Takes out Super Fluke. Now they're trying to contest for as long as possible. Spree and VLAN are, but Ellen is going to get focused down, and now it's all down to Spree. He will fall to Mini. There's no one on the point now. Now we are still in overtime. It's going to tick away real quickly. That's Tempo Storm taking Ilios 3-1 and finishing out the series 2-1 against LG.Loyal.
All right, well, good comeback. It looked pretty bad, all the momentum LG.Loyal had, but it slowly got chipped away at, and in the end, Tempo Storm take a much-needed win, so it makes this group quite interesting now. See Dream Casper's play of the game. A couple of last-hit eliminations, some good tracking here. But, you know, all of a sudden you've got a 1-1 team, 1-0 Tempo Storm. Nobody really off to an incredible start. FaZe sitting 0-1, but they'll have a chance to battle back as we get ready for our third and final match of the day.
Yeah, towards the end there, LG.Loyal, they just did not look comfortable on their picks. Hedon switching off to Ana because his his Mercy play was not quite cutting it. We even saw on that FaZe matchup that Hedon was missing some crucial resurrections. And so making that swap off came a little bit too late, and at that point it was just too much pressure being applied by Tempo Storm. They just had the momentum, kept carrying it forward. So congratulations, Tempo Storm, getting their first victory here, the Overwatch PIT Championships Group A for Group B for North America.
All right, so final match of the day, Jamerson. Coming up next, it's FaZe versus You Guys Get Paid. Should be interesting. Guys, be sure to follow Jamerson here at JetSetJamerson. Myself, if you'd like, at YoWoodsLD. And with that, we'll be back for our final match of the day, FaZe. Take on You Guys Get Paid right after this. You're watching Overwatch PIT North America. Stay tuned.